I read you recorded the album already last year. Is that right?
Yeah, it took to make the DVD. It took 14 months. We started in April 2000 and finished in about June this year.
Wow.
But the actual album took about 10 weeks to record, and then about a month to mix, and then another 2 months to mix the surround sound.
Yeah.
And then, another to make all the interface and get all the films and the remixes done. Took the rest of the time. Felt like a bit of an achievement by the time we got the DVD in hands. But
finally.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God,
In between that recording and the thing is done, aren't you getting bored or getting...
We're too much of a control freaks to let anything go past us. If we are, we're very annoyed that we haven't been asked or haven't been informed that the colour has changed on the back of
the font,
something or other.
So you're pretty
obsessive.
Control freaks.
And there's so many people we were dealing with. 18 filmmakers, 16 remixers. The team who do our website were doing the interface for it. They'd never done a DVD either. Neither had we. So nobody knew what they were doing.
Completely new for you also.
And a lot of the filmmakers had never made a film. So it was crazy. I mean, nobody knew what the fuck was going on. And we were trying to keep it all together.
On the album I heard some new things. Also the single. Also the song Shoot Doors Day.
Oh yeah.
There's
lots of strings. That's got an 8-piece string section on it.
Who arranged that?
She's a woman called Sonia Slaney. On alternate route to Vulcan Street and Presidential Suite, we got Sean Hagen and Marcus all the way from the High Llamas to arrange some strings. And it's I don't know, that working with so many people was really inspiring, but it was exhausting as well.
The CD was also mixed on a new sort of sound, 5.1 surround sound. Can you tell us about that? Because it's completely new.
It's basically the sound that films are made with. And I mean, in the 50s and 60s, film pioneered the stereo system, and then records followed. And it's the same today, that cinema is pioneering the sonic world, and we have to follow to get all those. We used to watch footage of Apollo 13 and try and copy the bass sound. They've got a scene with a rocket taking off, and it's just like and we were trying to go as low as that, and we were trying to experiment with low frequencies because that's another factor of 5.1. The 0.1 is the sub bass.
Can you tell me what you think about what it gives something more to the music?
The important thing is the song, and the way they've been played. And in that sense, it doesn't matter if it's in mono. If it's a good song, a powerful song will translate into any format. You don't even have to have a CD. You can just sing it a cappella and it'll still be powerful. So, I mean, surround sound is like sitting in a cinema, basically. We've been playing surround sound live because we were inspired by bands like Orbital and Tackhead and Reggae Sound Systems and nightclubs, But cinema's taking it somewhere else, You can get things spinning around your head, and you can have words appearing from different speakers, and it sounds like you're standing in the middle of a band instead of watching a band. And it takes the focus off, this tradition of standing in the front watching a band. If the sound's all around you, you don't have to look in any particular direction, You can just lose yourself in it. But if the songs are shit, then there's no point having a surround sound,
You also had Paul McCartney on the record, I read somewhere.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's true.
How did you hook up with him?
He's chewing carrots and celery on the record.
Really?
On track 5 and part 3. And Kian, our keyboard player, met him. Paul McCartney was coming out of a toilet in an award ceremony in London. And we'd had lots of free beer, and Kian sort of jumped on him and went, I want to do your remix, your stuff. And he brought Paul McCartney back to our table, and 2 weeks later he posted us 4 boxes of original Beatles master tapes from the Revolver sessions, with unreleased jam sessions and conversations between John and Paul in the studio and stuff like that. And yes,
just in trust or something?
It was incredible. Well, also with a heavy letter from his lawyer. Don't mess with these tapes. If you lose these tapes, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Paul McCartney had been asked by the Tate Gallery to make the sound for an installation by a 60s pop artist called Peter Blake, who did the sleeves for Sgt. Pepper and the White Album, things like that. So he had a room in the Tate Gallery with all his 60s work in it, and we made a sort of 25-minute soundscape with Ringo on drums. We looped him up. You saw he was doing like a hip-hop beat, and George Harrison playing guitar, and we sampled up snippets of John Lennon and Paul McCartney and filtered them low so that it sounded like a bass line. So it was Paul McCartney going, do what you wanna do what you wanna do what you wanna do
You made a sort of dance beat.
Yeah.
But there was actually a song from the Beatles you remastered, you remixed.
No, it was
outtakes.
Outtakes, jam sessions.
You know, and there was
Ringo practicing,
yeah.
and the string section
Outtakes.
from
Okay.
Eleanor
Just
Rigby.
rehearsal things.
Yeah. But the criteria was we weren't allowed to play anything ourselves. It just had to be stuff from that tape.
Is that on the album?
It's on a record. He released it in the States. It was called the Liverpool Sound Collage.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's one song by us, it's 25 minutes, one by Paul McCartney, which is his version, and one by Youth. He remixed another one. And he got nominated for a Grammy for it. And
The song.
the album
Yeah.
Liverpool Sound Collage, and he never invited us, and he made a 3-minute redo edit for America out of our song. We thought we could have done one better, so we were a bit pissed off with him. So he agreed to, as punishment, to chew carrot on our record.
The new single's called Juxtapose with You.
I like vocoders. I collect them. I've got about 4, and I wanted to have I'd have loved to have a real proper soul singer on that song, like someone like Bobby Brown, you know, someone with a good range. But it turned into a kind of plastic soul song, and it's like a duet between one person and himself.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a schizophrenic kind of duet, you know. It's a very uplifting, optimistic, utopian song, you know.
And what about the lyrics of that song?
Yeah, they're about tolerance and how people should tolerate each other. Just the divide between rich and poor, said he sitting in the Grand Hotel in Amsterdam.
What are the next plans for Super Furry Animals?
We're going to be touring, we're going to be coming back to Amsterdam to play in the Crossing the Border Festival at the end of October.
Acoustic or live, or with a band?
Full band and visuals. Before that, we're touring in the UK and Japan, and then we'll tour more in mainland Europe, hopefully this year and next year. Hopefully we can come back and tour Holland. And we've always got musical plans. We've just remixed the next single for Roots Maneuver. We've got a few more albums up our sleeves, I'm sure.